Hi everybody, today we will practice writing professionally and reviewing what exactly makes professional writing. We will review the use of contractions in English. We will review transition words that you can use in your writing. We will also practice writing and at the end review some slang that is useful in speaking but that you should not use in professional writing. Everyday language and academic language. In order to really understand English, you should be able to understand the way people talk. Since we are in an academic setting, it is also useful to understand appropriate academic language. Today we are going to discuss what language is appropriate for speaking and ways to make your writing sound professional. Contractions. When to use them. Contractions join two words together to make one word. An example is, I cannot go to the pool today. It is too cold. When you use contractions, the sentence changes to, I can't go to the store today. It's too cold. You can see that contractions makes two words combine into one word. It makes you speak faster and sound like a native speaker. However, we are going to explain why contractions are not used in professional writing. Here is a review of different contractions. On the left side of the chart, there is a word I, you, he, she, it, etc. And then there's another word going to the right, be, will, would, have, had. You can join these two words to form a contraction. For example, I am becomes I'm. You take away the A and add an apostrophe to make it one word. You can review the other contractions on your own. How to form contractions. Again, a contraction is a shortened way to say something. Use an apostrophe to take the place of a letter or part of a word. For example, you are going to be late. You can combine you and are to equal your. You take away the A and R and add an apostrophe to make it one word. When to use a contraction. Look at the image on the PowerPoint. There are different ways that you can use contractions. First, you can use it in writing when you are directly talking to a reader. For example, hey there, what you doing? This is informal writing and can be used in poetry or fiction writing. Next, you can use contractions when writing dialogue in a play or a novel. This mimics the way people really talk and is informal. Another way you can use a contraction is when creating a slogan or advertisement. For example, McDonald's uses the contraction, I'm lovin' it. Why do you think McDonald's would use a contraction in its slogan? Take a minute to think about this. Who is the audience receiving the message? Is it formal or informal? Why wouldn't McDonald's want to use more formal speech? Confusing contractions. There are some contractions that sound exactly like other words in the English language. For example, there, and there are all pronounced the same but mean different things. Your, and your are also pronounced the same. Its and its also have the same sounds, as do where, and where. When you use a contraction, the apostrophe replaces letters or parts of the word. Words that show possession also use apostrophes, but the apostrophe does not take the place of other letters. For example, the dog's leash. The word dogs has an apostrophe, but it is used to show possession. The leash belongs to the dog. Another example is Beyoncé's new album. The S in Beyoncé's shows that the album belongs to her. In this case, the apostrophe does not replace any other letters, but instead shows possession. There are also words that show possession that do not have apostrophes. For example, the words your, their, his, and mine show possession. For example, you can be talking about your book, their mom, his hat, or that glass is mine. If you are confused about whether to use your with an R or your with an apostrophe RE, remember that the one with the apostrophe is a contraction. It means you plus R and it equals your. The A is replaced by the apostrophe. Here is a quick quiz for you to do on your own. You can use your own piece of paper or just record the words another way. First, read the sentences, then place the correct word with each sentence. Be careful to see which words show possession and which words show a contraction. Do your best and the answers will be on the next page. Here are the answers to the quiz. Carefully review your answers and see why you might have gotten some wrong. Transition words. Although you do not want to use contractions in professional writing, you do want to use transitional words. Transitional words are words that go in between sentences that help your writing flow naturally. Transitional words help you sound more professional and connect ideas in your writing in a logical way. What transitional words do you already use in your writing? Some examples are on the left side of the PowerPoint. Here are some examples of transitional words. First, there's a column that shows words that add information. These begin with furthermore, moreover, to, also, again, next, etc. These words can be used in the beginning of the sentence to show more information. Then you have words that show contrast. This means two different ideas. These words can also go in the beginning of a sentence. After that, you have some words that show an effect. This means something is happening, and because of that, something else is going to happen. For example, therefore, consequently, accordingly, thus, hence, as a result. These are great words to use in a science paper when something is happening in a process. Next, you have words that show an example or illustration. You can use these words specifically for examples. The words go in the beginning of the sentence. Finally, you have some words to show a summary or an end result. These are great to use at the end of an essay to review or summarize what you have written. These words are to summarize, in sum, in brief, to sum up, in short, or in summary. Pay attention to the prepositional words in the beginning of these phrases. Next, you can practice writing. You can use transitional words in your arguments from the page before. Writing practice. In New York City, there are many performance artists. One of them is named Matthew Silver. He parades around the city, urging people to stop buying stuff. Do you agree with his message? Why or why not? Provide at least 2 reasons. You can click on the link below in order to watch the short clip and provide your writing response. Write at least 1 academic paragraph using transition words to explain your point of view. This should take about 15 to 20 minutes. Bonus slide, what not to use in an academic essay. This is a short, fun video for most slang words used in 2006. You can use these words in your speaking, especially in informal settings. These are fun words and help you sound like a native speaker, but be careful, do not use these words in an academic essay.